Oh my goodness, there's so many Monster High doll drops that's happening. We have to get into it. So Comic-Con happened and Monster High dropped some interesting dolls. And I know I'm a little late to the party, but I still have to talk about it. Let's really get into this and break this down. Well, before we begin, let's talk about the Monster High Fang Vote Abbey Bominable doll. She is going to be available for pre-sale on MattelCreations.com January 28th, 2027 at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So this is the doll. I talked about this a few months ago because we knew she was the winning version, so we had that going. And so now we just have an actual picture of the doll in her packaging, which is a stock image essentially. But as I mentioned before, I think this doll is actually really, really gorgeous. I like what they've done. I like her outfit. I know others had feelings about the way she came out, but in my opinion, I wasn't mad at the way they designed this particular doll. Now, she is priced at $100, which, like I said, the pricing to me is always exaggerated. It's always in abundance, especially for collector dolls. And they did not stop here with this pricing, but it's pretty standard for this type of the fan vote, Monster High dolls here. That's what they tend to do. But she is gorgeous and she does come with some amazing fashion pieces. And I do love the way they styled her hair. I like the color of her skin. I like the outfit. I like the actual doll. I just don't like the price, but she is going to be available for pre-sale. So before we jump right into the rest of it, I just want to bring that up. We now have first looks of the Monster High Boo-riginal Creeproduction Dawn of the Dance Dolls for 2026. And this is special thanks to there was a Doll Collector 2025 that showed the looks from Comic-Con. We have Zombie X Corn. I love his channel, by the way. But anyway, we have the first looks at the dolls, and of course we have the core members here, and they will be released on October 26th, October 1st, 2026 for $32.99. And I don't like that price, but I do like the fact that we're at least getting, have an opportunity to collect G1 Monster High dolls, because if you're new to the party like me, you probably don't have any G1. Well, you might have G1, but I don't have any G1. I just don't want to pay $32.99. And I truthfully do not think these dolls will stay around and make it to a sale, if you will. But yeah, we have the core 5, and I freaking love Cleo, Frankie, Draculaura. Claudine with the green it's a look, but I'm not mad at it. It's just a look. And then of course Laguna. So I'm glad to, like I said, I don't have any G1, so I'm happy to collect them. I don't like the pricing, but I do think the dolls are really beautiful. It's just that previously on previous releases, they got released with so much more, especially this particular wave of dolls has so, much more for the money that was, available for back then. Like what you purchased, you got more. I don't know 100% what it was more. I can only speculate based on other people's unboxings. And it's been a long time since I've seen an unboxing of G1, since I have been, watching doll videos for years now, years before I even started my channel, right? But I just know that with the pricing, it is limited to, you're getting a doll stand, a brush, a phone, it looks like a handbag, and a couple of posters. So yeah, and I believe you got I don't know if they was like I think a like a VHS tape or something like that. So, you just got a little bit more, but I still think the dolls look really, really good though, if I'm being honest. The only one that is, I feel like I wish they would have did a little bit something different with is Claudine, but it is about, you know what I mean? It's Dawn of the Dance. So this is them in their party outfits. Like if they were, you know, if the dolls was going to a party or something like that. So I can't be mad at her look. It's just different. You know what I mean? And it's so unique and different for her, Claudine, that is that I'm willing to take a chance on that. I think she looks really cute now that I keep talking about her. But yeah, so yeah, this is a re-release of these dolls from the G1 collection, you know, back for the new generation of fans and longtime collectors. So this would be fun. Like I said, the pricing is a bit, yeah, and I don't feel like, I know you don't get as much as you used to, but I like the outfits. I like that most of them have like stockings on, and I think the overall they're really, really beautiful. Now, we only have freaking Claudine and Frankie and Laguna Blue with their, you know, the stock, well, one stock image. But for the most part, I like what I'm seeing, and hopefully I'm able to add them to my collection. We'll have to see. This is the Monster High Skullector Draculaura Halloween edition doll, and the fact that it looks like she's going trick-or-treating, I love that. I love that for Draculaura. She looks so freaking cute. Now, she will be available October 14th, 2026, which October 14th of this year, for $65. The listing is on MattelCreations.com. Now, her outfit. The doll wears a black and pink outfit featuring a corseted style bodice, delicate lace, and dramatic sheer overskirt. This look is complete with tall platform object boots, object heel boots that I'm not mad at. Overall, she's giving very Dracula, but Draculaura going trick-or-treating for Halloween. It's fitting. I don't mind the outfit. It is overall to me more black than pink, but I'm not mad at it, not one little bit. And I do love the object heel boots. I think this outfit is adorable. And $65, okay. At least it's not $70. You know what I mean? Would I feel better if she was around $45? Heck yeah. But we do have the in real life photos. Thank you to Doll Collector 2025. And I do like what I'm seeing. And I know we do have a lot of Draculaura, but hear me out. I like her headset. I like the outfit. I really especially love her face paint. I overall really, really like this Draculaura doll. And since I don't have any G1 dolls, it would just be nice to get Draculaura with a different body style, i.e. the G1 version, in my opinion. I wouldn't mind starting off here if I could get a chance to. We'll have to see if I'm able to get this doll, but she is a cutie pie in my humble opinion. All right, so let's talk about the Monster High Skullector Halloween 2 Michael Myers doll that they did go ahead and gender bend and make, female. And honestly, I just wish it would have been a boy doll. Seriously, why couldn't we got this in Monster High version? But okay. And I understand why they did the eyes like that, right? Because this is based on the actual movie from 1981, Halloween 2. And as you saw the image, the eyes, the character Michael Myers gets, pew pew in the eyes, and that's why he's bleeding or whatever, right? So that's what they did. But in my opinion, it kind of gives the doll a clown face. It doesn't look like the doll is wearing a mask, and I don't know if that's where they were going with it, but it's, the face is not, in my opinion, giving Michael Myers. And since I grew up in this genre, watching this movie, I grew up literally watching Halloween, and this is what I grew up on, and I'm very familiar with the movie since I watched it. It was, over and over again, I watched it. So it's just not giving the character, in my opinion. But with that being said, it's still a cute doll. Now, the doll will be available for purchase on August the 7th and priced at $70 on MattelCreations.com, right? And I mean, that's pretty the standard rate for Skullector dolls, especially something like this. But like I said, it's just not giving Michael Myers. But I'm going to be honest, I do really love the object heels with the cassette tapes for the heels. Okay, that's adorable. If we're gonna keep it, I like that they did that. I'm gonna be honest. I like that they did that, and I get that the jumpsuit is supposed to have, I guess, maybe emulate ketchup, but you know what I mean when I say ketchup. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just to me not giving Michael Myers. It's giving a Skelector doll cosplaying as a clown slash slasher. I don't know what it's given, but it's just not giving Michael Myers. I do like that the fact that this doll has really long brown hair. I do like that. And like I said, I guess for Halloween this year it's gonna be T. And of course the in real life photos are thanks again to Doll Collector 2025. I'm just gonna go ahead and say the next few dolls that I'm gonna show the in real life photos is Doll 2025 or Zombie X Corn. So I could just put it out there since that's where the images came from. I got mine from youloveit.com. But like I said, this doll is cute. It's just not, in my opinion, not really giving Michael Myers. That's all. You know what I mean? But I do think it's cute. I think it's overly priced. Like I always think the dolls are overly priced. Will I get it? Don't know. Not really willing to spend $70. And then I feel like they could have did so much more. I just feel like they could have did something. They could have really went there, especially if they would have made this character a male, a boy doll. This would have been tea. They really could have ate this up. I'm sorry. I always try to be neutral. I always try to be sensitive to other people's feelings, but this is just how I feel, especially about this doll. They just had a great opportunity to really do something here, and they didn't. They missed it. They missed the mark, in my opinion. But still, cute doll. Let's take a look at the Monster High Skullector, the Nightmare Before Christmas Oogie Boogie doll. That will be available on October 30th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for fan club for fan club members, it's October 29th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then for everyone else, it's October 30th. And the doll is priced at $70. Now, this doll, this doll is creepy AF. They understood the assignment because the actual character from the movie was creepy too, so they understood the assignment. As far as the garment, I don't know, it's okay. I do love the colors. I like the object heels. I think those are cute, or those are object heel boots, I should say. I think they're pretty cute. I like that the underskirt or the inside of the skirt has a lining that's really colorful. Yeah, the eyes are really, really spooky. This is really, really spooky to me, but I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. I can't be mad at it, but I feel like they actually understood the assignment with the Oogie Boogie Skelector doll here. I think they did a better job. The garment, like I said, I don't mind the outfit. I don't mind that they gender bend. I don't mind that this doll looks creepy AF. I think they did understood the assignment. Well, I be getting her. I'm a little scared of her. I'm gonna be honest. Her eyes creep me out. So maybe this doll is not for me, but overall, I don't think this is a bad design. I think they did an overall good job with the based on the character and the doll, you know what I mean? And we do actually have in real life photos of this doll as well, and she's even creepier in real life. But like I said, I don't think that they did a bad job with the overall design. Again, like I said, I love the color of the doll. I don't mind the outfit. I don't mind that they made the doll female. I think the doll is pretty scary to me. For me, she's pretty scary. But overall, I think they did a really good job with this doll. I think they understood the assignment, and they did really well with this doll, in my opinion. So yeah, if you've seen the Nightmare Before Christmas, drop down in the comments and let me know. I have not seen that movie like ever in my life. I know my children watched it back in the day, you know what I mean, but I didn't pay attention to it, so I only remember certain characters, you know what I mean, like Jack and Sally, and Oogie Boogie. I remember this. And then when back in the day at when I was at work, We did a whole Halloween thing, and we decorated our section in the Nightmare Before Christmas, and we actually won that year. So yeah, like I said, I think they really did a good job with the doll. I don't mind it. I don't like the price, but again, I don't never like the pricing. But overall, I don't think they did a bad job with this doll based on the character, because it is in doll form. So it is like Oogie Boogie being a Monster High Skullector doll. And with that being said, for me, I feel like they understood the assignment. So yeah. Let's talk about the Monster High Skullector Krampus doll, and this doll will be priced at $70 and available for Fan Club members on December 3rd, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and the rest of us December the 4th. Of course, this doll is 10.5 inches tall with 11 points of articulation, as is all of the dolls that I talked about, except I don't have those details on the Monster High Creeproduction, the Boo-riginal Creeproduction dolls. But everyone else, all the other dolls, 10.5 inches tall, 11 points of articulation. Now, the Krampus doll, it does wear a premium velveteen fashion with faux fur trimmed in the age off-white finish for a more atmospheric holiday look, but scary. It does have some kitsch to it, and I'm not mad. And if you've seen that movie, then you know the character, so this is fitting. They did their big one with this. So, the doll also has like cloven hoof boots to complete the set, and some accessories, including that scary little gingerbread man. If you've seen that movie, oh my God, drop down in the comments and let me know if you've seen that movie. Now, the tongue is removable, and I'm so freaking here for that. I'm so glad the tongue is removable. And it also comes with the mischievous gingerbread man featuring the expressive details. If you've seen the movie, you know. And, so yeah. And obviously, this is a Skullector. Certificate of authenticity, doll stand, yada, yada, yada. Overall, I'm very impressed with this doll, but I have to admit, it is spooky. It is spooky. I do like that the tongue is removable, and we only have like one stock image right now. All the rest of the images are thank you to, again, Doll Collector 2025 and Zombie X Corn. So yeah, but yeah, the doll is super duper cute and comes with some fun details. Now, I feel like that chain is going to be plastic, and I'm not here for that, the plastic details, but it doesn't say here. It only says that the actual sculpted metallic chain details are inspired by the character from the movie. So it doesn't say here. I feel like it is plastic, especially based on the stock image, and I feel like they could have did metal details, especially for $70, right? That is not like a cheap price. But anyway, the doll is fitting. I love the long white or platinum white hair. That's really, really nice. And again, we have so many dolls, we could have got just one boy doll, like one. But anyway, thank you for putting up with me and my shenanigans. If you made it this far, please drop down 3 little pumpkins or jack-o'-lanterns so I know, because it was all about Halloween. And also like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you are able to hype up the video, consider becoming a channel member. And until next time, I'll see you lovely soon. Bye, my little bosses.